If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22.
So I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism. After the season, and when I was in my press conference and I was talking about being sexualized, like, I guess people thought that was like, because I post pictures in my bathing suits. No, like.
Angel Reese just made waves on social media, accusing Caitlin Clark's fans of harassment. But here's the twist. Fans are firing back, accusing her of lying. This drama goes beyond just two players. It's stirring up the entire Wnba.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star. And Angel Reese is to be completely believed that there's no hate. They both get along. They're cool with each other. They're high-end competitors, etc., etc. But you've known they were coming for you when you were waving your hands in your face to mock Caitlin Clark when you were beating her for the national championship. And you also are old enough to know that in this society, whether they want to admit it or not, they don't like seeing somebody black coming at somebody white who is a beloved star of theirs. That's not the case with all. It's not the case with most. But those who screech the loudest get the most attention sometimes.
So, what's going on? Reese is accusing Clark's fans of harassment and even creating fake AI images, but something feels off. Fans are calling her out, saying her claims don't line up with what they're seeing, and they're not buying the story.
They were gonna come for you. You had to know that. Now, to the degree that they're doing so, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from.
You might think this is just another basketball drama, but trust me, it's much bigger. This could flip everything we thought we knew about these two stars and their rivalry. Are you ready to dig deeper? Because this rabbit hole runs deep, and what we uncover might just shock you.
Angel Reese, the big superstar rebounder in the WNBA, launches her podcast by taking an immediate shot, in my view, at Caitlin Clark.
Remember when this seemed like just a rivalry on the court? Turns out there's a whole other game happening off it. Reese's accusations against Clark's fans seem clear, but now people are questioning if her own social media tells a different story. The truth could completely shift how we view both players.
When it's behind your name, that's when a lot of people are like, oh, they think, oh, I don't like her because her fans are saying this. No, I don't believe in her heart that she has hatred towards me. And I'm sure she believes that I don't have hatred towards her. But I think her fan base has gone, I'm talking about like,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. Like,
we see it all the time.
I know y'all see it. Like, I literally saw something today that was like, it's crazy. And it goes down to knowing, like, again, we are human. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me, like, naked. Literally.
Really?
They have sent it to my family members. My family members are like, uncles are sending it to me like,
no.
Are you naked?
Let's break it down. Reese claims she's being sexualized and harassed by Clark's fans. Serious stuff, right? But here's where it gets tricky. Fans aren't just accepting her claims. They're digging into the situation themselves, and what they're uncovering is raising some serious eyebrows.
You unpack. Caitlin Clark fans are the reason people are making naked AI pictures of me. How do you get there? What does that have to do with Caitlin Clark? She puts herself out there, even on this podcast, stomach out, breasts barely hidden, legs front and center everywhere. She has sexualized.
You're probably wondering, what could fans possibly find that makes them doubt Reese? It all comes down to her own social media. Fans are pointing out her posts and saying, wait a minute, how can you claim you're being sexualized when you're sharing revealing photos yourself? It's got people questioning her narrative and wondering what's really happening here.
Oh, I'm shocked. People are sexualizing me. And somehow she's connecting it to being a Caitlin Clark fan. I just don't see the connection. It's like everything bad that happens to me is somehow connected to Caitlin.
This isn't just about a few Instagram posts. It's about trust. Fans are now questioning if they can believe what Reese is saying. The inconsistency between her claims and her actions isn't adding up, and it's making people second-guess her story.
That's stupid. It's dishonest. She's just clout chasing. She's using Caitlin Clark. And then she goes, I don't think Caitlin Clark has hatred towards me. What is Caitlin Clark?
You might think, okay, But maybe Reese just wants to post whatever she wants on her own social media. What's the big deal? And you'd have a point. But here's the thing. When you're a public figure making serious accusations, every move you make is under scrutiny. Fans are frustrated, feeling like there's a double standard. Some are even suggesting Reese might be using Clark's name to grab attention. That's a huge accusation and shows just how messy this situation has become. It's no longer just about basketball. It's about integrity, honesty, and what we expect from our sports stars.
Well, I don't even understand what would motivate that comment. Caitlin Clark hasn't done anything. She goes out and plays basketball. I've never seen her trash talk. I've never seen her taunt Angel Reese. There's nothing there. But she's pretending like there is something there. There's one person who is driving all this, and it's Angel Reese.
This controversy is igniting a major conversation in the WNBA. Fans are calling for accountability from their stars. They want to know that when a player speaks out, it's for the right reasons. Not for attention or drama, but to address real issues that matter.
Rather, Caitlin Clark has nothing to do with it. Blaming her fans for people following you home or, these alleged death threats. This Caitlin Clark has nothing to do with that. You've made yourself a target. It's no different, Steve, than me saying, man, look at these negative comments I get on Twitter. It's Deion Sanders fans. No, it's not Deion Sanders fans. It's Jason Whitlock critics.
So, where does this leave us? On one side, we have Reese's allegations. On the other, fans are questioning her credibility due to her social media. It's a complicated situation that's making everyone reconsider the responsibilities that come with being a public figure in sports.
I have bold and provocative opinions, and so people get bold and talk smack on me. It's what I've chosen. It's the life I've chosen. And so for her, it's not Deion Sanders' fault. It's not Stephen A. Smith's fault. It's none of these. It's my fault. And I'm willing to deal with it. And, I know she's just 22.
You might think you know who the true star of women's basketball is right now, but the numbers tell a different tale. Did you catch the news about over 1 million viewers tuning in to watch one player? Spoiler alert, it's not who you'd expect.
Your thoughts?
People say rebounding is Angel Reese's greatest skill. No, it's not. It's victimhood. And as you mentioned, Jason, nobody has sexualized Angel Reese quite like Angel Reese. And so let's take her at face value for what she said about her family members. You're telling me your family members, if they really cared about you, wouldn't have told you 9 months ago, like, Angel, put on some damn clothes. She literally does a runway walk based on what she's wearing before every game. What did you think was going to happen?
While everyone's been fixated on Reese's claims, Caitlin Clark has been quietly transforming the game. Her games are attracting over 1 million viewers. That's not just impressive, it's groundbreaking. This is a player who isn't just playing basketball. She's reshaping the entire landscape of women's sports.
The thing is, if there are death threats and threats of violence, I have a hard time believing that this would not have been reported and blown up into a story. I wonder, are there police reports? Is there a logging of this? Or again, is this her version of the graffiti on LeBron James's property? Remember that? I mean, much was made out of it, but one thing we never saw? Evidence.
Let's break down the numbers. Clark's average game attendance stands at 15,300, while Reese's is around 10,200, a significant gap. But it's not just about the numbers in seats. Since Clark joined the Wnba, viewership has surged by 180%. Can you believe that? That's not a typo. It's a revolution.
The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,300. Right there, look at this. Caitlin Clark gets 15,591 fans in attendance, 105% increase compared to the average game is 7645. And to Angel Reese, it's only 10,000 people. This is WNBA.
Now you might be wondering what this means for their rivalry. It's no longer just about who's better on the court. It's about who's attracting more viewers, inspiring fans, and shaping the future of women's basketball. Speaking of the future, did you hear about Clark's Nike deal? She just signed for around $3 million a year. That's not just a paycheck. It's a powerful statement. Nike is declaring, this is the face of women's basketball. They're making a big bet on Clark, And from what we're seeing, it's looking like a smart move.
But there are also just lunatic fans when you're in the spotlight and it's like, hey, they want the attention in the WNBA, but they don't want the bad stuff that comes along with it. Because trust me, NBA players get stalked, get harassed, and I never saw, Isaiah Thomas never got someone, man, these Michael Jordan fans are the reason why people don't like me. It doesn't, these ladies got to grow up. They want the attention. There are things that go along with the attention that are unpleasant.
I really get to stand up for myself. I mean, I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much, I've seen so much, I've been attacked so many times.
She's always playing up for the cameras, and fans have grown tired of it. While Reese has a strong personality, she thrives in her role as the villain. She's stirred up buzz around the Rookie of the Year talk. But recently, experts have seen through the hype. She's a talented player, but the Caitlin Clark rivalry overshadowed her. When they faced off in August, it was clear who the real rookie star was. Caitlin Clark dominated, shutting down the rivalry, while Reese struggled to keep up.
Is box office. She is a star. But you've known they were coming for you when you were waving your hands in your face to mock Caitlin Clark when you were beating her for the national championship. And so you knew they were going to come for you. You had to know.
Stephen A. Smith was among the first to call out Angel's antics after she claimed an injury. She insisted that everyone doubted her and that she had no fans. But Stephen wasted no time shutting it down.
I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and like not be there for them. So I just want to always just know, like, I'm still human. Like, all this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since.
Caitlin has outshined Angel in nearly every category this year, making it a huge stretch to consider her a serious Rookie of the Year contender alongside Caitlin. Yet, Angel insists she should be in the conversation for the top spot, always believing she's the best. But not everything revolves around you, Angel. It's okay to be number 2.
You mean nobody thought that you could make it to the league? Who are these people? You were a first round pick. You won a national championship at LSU. Okay? You went deep into the postseason NCAA tournament your last year there. Who are these people? Where's that? Where's this? Where's your evidence? Because I didn't see it. Don't be the typical athlete out there that always leans on a bucket mentality. The world was against me. No, they weren't.
Angel's claim that she's the reason people watch the WNBA didn't just come out of nowhere. It was the result of years of feeling overlooked, doubted, and criticized for being a strong black woman in sports who isn't afraid to show emotion.